Hello and welcome to the Thursday, January 9th, 2025 edition of the SANS and Storm Center's Stormcast. My name is Johannes Ulrich and I'm recording from Jacksonville, Florida. Let's start today with some domain dumpster diving. Watchtower did interesting research where what they did is they registered expired domains. Now, this in itself isn't new, has been done often in order to sort of go after some abandoned infrastructure that enterprises have set up that is still trusted in some ways. In this case, however, Watchtower took a little bit a different approach. Instead of looking at abandoned infrastructure of enterprises, they looked at abandoned infrastructure of attackers. Attackers often set up domains that are then being used by hijacked systems to connect to command and control servers. Well, they then forget about them or are no longer interested in them, and as a result are abandoning those domains. Watchtower now set up their own web server on some of these abandoned domains. They basically just re-registered them, and surprise, they actually immediately got access to thousands of compromised systems that were calling back to connect to a command control server, or in the case that Watchtower in particular focused on, they looked at backdoors that attackers installed, where the backdoor itself was backdoored. And the way you backdoor a backdoor is that you add some script that basically notifies the attacker on a particular web address that, well, a new system was infected with this backdoor. So they had these infected systems that had backdoors installed on them, call back to the abandoned and now re-registered domain, and identified various companies, government agencies worldwide that were affected by these fairly well-known backdoors. These are not backdoors that are hard to find by any means. These are very well-known backdoors. Simple signature-based tools will typically immediately identify them. Reminds me a little bit about research that one of our graduate students did, where we gained access to IP address space that was prior used by the cyber bunker criminal gang. And yes, we also saw a bunch of command control traffic, and so trying to connect back to these IP addresses. We didn't go as far as trying to sort of talk back to them, didn't really want to get ourselves into trouble. And that's also something that Watchtower here points out, that they sort of held short of actually then interacting with any of these compromised systems. Well, then yesterday we start talking again about SL VPN vulnerabilities in Sonic Wall. Ivanti doesn't want to be sort of left behind and left out with all the fun. So DayToDay released a security advisory for two vulnerabilities in its Ivanti Connect Secure, Policy Secure, and CTA gateways. These two vulnerabilities, the first one is an unauthenticated arbitrary code execution vulnerability, a buffer overflow. The second one also a buffer overflow that then allows for privilege escalation. The first one, at least, is already being exploited in the wild, so definitely apply these patches quickly. In their statement, Ivanti did, however, say that the integrity monitoring tool that they now deployed on their appliance or the devices did detect the exploit the day it sort of happened. Basically, the modifications that the attacker made were immediately detected, and with that sort of led to limit the impact of the particular exploit. Still, apply the patch. And if you do get any alerts from this integrity monitoring tool, definitely pay attention and make sure that you get the system then fixed if it was indeed compromised. And users of the Aviatrix Network Controller, please make sure that you patch. There is an extensive blog post that was published today by security company SecuRing. This blog post details a vulnerability that was patched in December in Aviatrix Network Controllers. It's a simple command injection. Exploitation is very straightforward. So at the time you're listening to this, I would expect it already to be exploited out there in the wild. Luckily, there's a small number. It's less than 1,000 systems that are exposed in the wild, according to Shodan. However, these systems are often exposed internally and make sort of a good lateral movement target, so definitely get them patched up quickly. And finally, we do have updates for Firefox and Chrome as usual, at least once a week. Try to shut down Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari, whatever browser you're using, and then restart it, which will often trigger updates, or go to the About page and make sure that you're running the latest version. Well, that's it for today. So thanks again for listening, and talk to you again tomorrow.